Hello friends, welcome. Friends, I am repeating this video again. And why I am repeating this video again is because of two reasons. One is that I want to consider the doubt which has been expressed by many of my friends who have reached out to me that probably the AGR number has not been included in the first installment of relief of equity conversion. Why people are saying so? Why people are speculating this? Because if you look at the Vodafone Idea's announcement of 30th March 2025, it only talks about spectrum auction dues. It does not talk about AGR. So that is the thing which I wanted to take into account. Another reason why I am doing this video is I committed a mistake in the calculation of FY27 in option 1. So how did I calculate option 1? I took into consideration all the dues, right, of FY26, because you know that these are numbers which are installment payment, which I calculated based on the total outstanding, based on the extrapolation that I did using the Vodafone Idea's annual statement. The annual statement, if you look at the annual statement, 31st March 2022, these were the outstanding numbers, right? 31st March 2023, these were the outstanding number. 31st March 2023, right? This is the outstanding number. I think there is a mistake here, right? These have been repeated 2 times, right? 31st March 2024, this is the outstanding number. So I have to take one out. 31st March 2025, I have extrapolated this and these are the outstanding number, right? Now, strangely, what has happened is that these numbers keep fluctuating arbitrarily. This should not fluctuate arbitrarily because once the Vodafone Idea has paid 16,000 crores on interest payment, all the principal numbers should be staying constant, right? That should be the case. But these are fluctuating. And that is why I am not too sure how to rely on this number. But even if there is a slight, correction here and there or some kind of discrepancy here and there or misreporting here and there, this number, which is 2.03 lakh crores, 2.03 lakh crores is an accurate number. Like, let me tell you, friends. Now, this number, which is still extrapolation of 31st March 2025, which is 2.14 lakh crores, may not be an accurate number, friends. This may be higher by 10 to 13k crores, okay? Because one of the quarterly report in December 2023, 2024, Vodafone Idea mentioned their outstanding debt of 2.27 lakh crores. So there is a doubt here, but it does not matter. So let's go straight to the sheet again, which is option 1, where I have taken the outstanding here based on the total number of installment. I calculated the yearly installments, and that using the deferred payment calculation formula, which you can see here, I have derived it. And on the basis of that, what I have assumed was that Vodafone Idea would be, be given based on the request, they will be given a equity conversion of all their payments which are on moratorium, this and the AGR payment, not these 2021, 22 and 24, no. I did not consider. But when I did the calculation here, when I added all these things, right? And if you see here, I did a mistake, and I'll tell you what mistakes. Not here, but I forgot to include this here. 11,448, which is going to be due on 10th April 2026. Because this is not, if you add all these things, you don't get this because I double counted this and I put 0 here. So what happened was this number came out to be 29,000. This should not be 29,000 because if you are going to consider this is the relief and plus this is the relief, right? And if you add this, it comes out to be 38,355, which may not be correct because there could be here and there some calculation mistake. So Vodafone equity conversion is 36,950. So the GOI's earlier equity was 16,130. Now if you add these two together, it comes out to be 53,080 and then divided by 0.49 because this is 49%. The total equity is this. So once this, then you can, if you assume that in FY26, after they have taken all this into consideration, no payment is due except for those payments, small payments which are in moratorium, which is 2,108. It clearly means that by end of 2026, which is FY 2026, Vodafone will continue to remain at 49%. But as soon as they hit FY26, they actually have to pay 40,000 crores, which will, if it gets converted into equity, it becomes 62.9%, and then finally the next year it becomes 70.8%. So this is option 1. Now when I do option 2, what did I assume? I assume that AGR is not part of their payment. Now if AGR is not part of the payment, then how the calculation has to be done? The calculation has to be done like this. If you add everything, I assume that all spectrum payment has been taken into consideration, and you have to add this twice. This number. This number of 2015 payment. So if you add this twice, this number comes out to be 35,478, which is close to 36,950. You got my point? And that is why in FY27 I have pushed this to 0. This 11,448, which is going to be due on 10th April 2026, which is included in the block of 27, will become 0. So what will happen now? In FY26, in March FY26, the payment of AGR will become due. So if you put that in the basket, because currently it is 49%, immediately as soon as the AGR is due on 31st March, within the March period, then GUI's total equity will become 69,512 crores, right? Company's equity will become 1.224 lakh crores, and the GUI share is going to jump up to 49%, above 49% to 55.7%. And then in FY27, because this number has been taken away, because this has been double counted here in this calculation, this number becomes how much? 29,015 crores. So this adds to this number, and then it becomes 98,527 crores. And if you add, the total equity becomes this much, and it becomes 64.1%. And then in FY28, it becomes 71.6%. Right? So the difference between option 1 and option 2 is that in FY26, 49%, FY27, 62.9%, and FY28, 70.8%. In option 2, it becomes 55.7%, 64.1%, 71%. It does not matter. It actually does not matter if you ask me. I did this video just to make that correction, because this correction was very, very important. This one in option 1, because in option 1 I forgot to include this. So this number was, I did some number which was much lower. It was 62.9%. So I wanted to correct that. But even if you don't include AGR, you are not getting any benefit. So in both situations, whether you include AGR, whether you don't include AGR, Vodafone Idea is going to breach 49% pretty soon. End of this financial year, beginning of the next financial year, friends. That is the reason I am doing this video. Along with this video, the earlier video, if you look and take this caveat into consideration, which I forgot, this is my mistake, sorry friends. This number was not 29,000 crores, it was 40,000 crores. And that if you add, you'll see that the equity conversion numbers actually will not change. 49% by end of March 2026, 62% within the block of year FY27, 70.8% in FY28, and in the option 2, when AGR is not included, 55.7%, 64.1%, 71.5%. So Vodafone Idea is bound to cross the threshold limit of 49% pretty soon, unless some magic happens, friends. That's the reason I'm doing this video. I don't want to do a very long video. Watch this video along with this video, and you will be able to get the gist what is going on. And I wanted to take into consideration the AGR if not included. Okay, friends, thanks for your time. I'll come back with a new video next time on a new topic. Thank you very much, friends, for listening.